Can y'all hear me? Really probably don't even need this because I can talk. An joy to be here and share in this moment with Jarvis and each and every one of you. I tried to prepare something and that just wasn't working out. So really I'm just going to share my story. And to encourage each and every one of y'all. I went to prison 6 times. I was considered a career criminal. I served over 20 years of my life in and out of prison. Man told me something this last time. He said, if you want something you never had, you have to do something you've never done. And I did that. I received Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. I wear this wristband with Charm Ministries. If any man be in Christ, he's a new creation. Old things have passed away. Behold, all things have become new. And I'm a living witness of that. Okay? So I'm going to go back 21 years. I was a young Christian. I'd given my life to the Lord. First of all, let me just kind of lay the background. I had abused, manipulated, stolen, and destroyed every relationship, every friendship, every employer, and every family member. I had nothing. When I went to jail that time, I was literally at my end. And there was nowhere to turn except to the Lord. And I wasn't a believer at that point. So, kind of saying that, when I received the Christ, something dramatically happened in my life. I had a real spiritual experience. So I was this young Christian, and I had never read the Bible. I never had experienced anything like this, but I was on fire for the Lord. And that was in a county jail in Houston, Texas. And I was immediately transferred into the prison system, which was nothing new to me, but something had changed. And I wound up at Garza West, and I don't remember the tank. I think it was A4, A6. And I landed in this tank, and there was a man named Jarvis Moore and David Trickett, and some other young believers and other men of God. And one of my prayers when I started was that, God, I don't know what I'm doing, and I need influential people or people that can help me walk this walk out that I've chosen. So there was Jarvis. David and I were both young Christians. Jarvis was what I saw as a man of God. And he began to pull David and I under his wings. And he began to instruct us in the things of the Word of God. We had Bible studies, fellowship, spreads. And there was a friendship. Yeah, spreads. We call them spreads. But there was a friendship that was formed. Okay? It wasn't just it was knit in our hearts. Okay? And we would each go different directions into the prison system. Jarvis, he shared, he went to Cofield. David went to Carroll Vance, IFI. I went back into the prison system. I had a good trade. I'm a lineman by trade. And they utilized my skills real fast, and they would send me around. But those friendships were formed, and they'll never be forgotten. You know, never. You know, I was released from prison in 2004. Never in my life did I think that I would commit a crime or put a needle in my arm again. Never. I did. And it was devastating. And I returned back to the prison system. Jarvis was still in prison. David Trickett was home and established in his new walk with the Lord. And I was devastated. I had a lot of shame and guilt and fear. And I didn't know what to do. And David reached out to me. And I really rejected his friendship because of the things that had happened. So I won't take a lot of time, but David had established a prison ministry, Charm Prison Ministry, which I'm sure y'all will hear about in a little bit. Yeah. And he invited me. He knew the work the Lord had started in my life. And he said, Brett, he said, I want you to come home and come to Charm and let's walk this thing out. And I rejected that. And I would have a change of heart later in my prison sentence and realized that I would die in prison if I didn't change. And turned back to the Lord. And I actually was, I've been home 4 years in prison. I went to Charm Prison Ministries. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
I've got 9 years clean and sober. And I faced a lot of obstacles, okay, when I came home. But the one thing that helped me was that I had a safe place to go. I had accountability. I had some structure. And I had some disciplines instilled in my life based on the Word of God. Okay? And I stayed with Charm Ministry almost a year, 10 months. And things began to happen in my life. I had abandoned every old friendship. I severed all those ties. And I asked the Lord, I said, I need new friends. I need to learn how to be responsible. I need a church family. I need my recovery. I need a job. And every one of those needs were met. Okay? Through people. Let me tell you what I've learned. People love a comeback story. Man, they do. Okay? And there are people, and now I go back in and I work with men that are coming out of prison. And I tell them, the first thing I tell them is, you don't need a handout, you need a hand up. All right? And I can't do it for you, but I'll walk with you.
Yeah.
Okay? And that's what I tell the men that I work with. And I don't pull no punches. Some people have a little more grace. I don't. But as a result of my life today, I own my own business today. I just bought a home in January.
Yeah.
I'm getting married in 12 days.
Wow.
It's not the material thing. It's the purpose and the joy that I have in my life today of realizing that there's another life possible. People have written me off. Oh, that's another thing. My family. All my family's coming. Okay? I have relationships with my family. I'm trusted. You know? And that's all because of the Lord. So I just wanted to, encourage Jarvis, encourage each one of y'all to get behind this. I know Jarvis's heart. The man poured into me, okay? There were so many moments, but I saw the Lord. I saw a man of God at that point in my life. And listen, I wasn't one who was easily fooled. I kind of got a saying. I said, I call bullshit when I see it. Excuse my language. But there was no BS with Jarvis. It was the real deal. And it was very impactful and very influential in my life. And I believe with all my heart that anything this man wants to do or started, or the vision, that it's gonna go forward. So bless you all. Thank y'all. Have a good day.